Hi folks, this is Rose from In Rose's Garden, and today we are going to make a bracelet using some of our remaining beads from the Beltane Festival kit from SoftFlex. So let's turn down and I'll show you what I plan on doing. Okay, I've got the rest of the kit here. We're going to bring out our pieces. And I'm not going to use these, though they are pretty. I haven't decided how I'm going to use those yet. We're not going to use anything more from here or these. So let's put them away. We will need these. And I'm going to use these. Now I'll show you what I'm planning on doing with these in just a second. Well, we can do it right now. What I want to do is dump these all out, and then what we're going to do is we're going to go, and I think we've got beads enough to do this, and we're just going to go this would go up here now. This will go over here. And we're going to bring it together to put this in the middle here. And I haven't decided if I'm going to continue, like just do like 3 sets here in one of these, bring it back out, 3 sets, and but we might do that. I like that thought. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll need a couple of lines of wire here. I'm going to cut about 2 lines of 10 inches because we're going to go we need 2 strands because we're going back and forth here from one side to the other. So we're just going to cut two 10-inch strands here. Then we're just going to put crimp tubes on, not crimp tubes, bead stoppers on each one of these so that as we work, we're not dropping them back off the other side. And then we're just going to start. And 1 is going this direction, and then 2 beads. And normally I have spacers in here, but I'm not going to put spacers. There's not enough room to have spacers with what we're doing here. I might put a spacer between, come on you, this big feller and the smaller ones here, but if we do, that will be the only spot. So now this other side is going to start with the yellows. And then it needs to, well, actually we should have put some yellows there because we missed those. So, well, actually, did we? I want the red to go in between here. I miscalculated. We're going to need 3 strands to do what I'm thinking of doing here. So let's get our bone wire back out and cut another 10-inch strand. And why we need this, because this one is going to go straight up all the red ones, and it's just going to go through the middle of everything. Whereas the other 2 lines are going to have yellow in them as they go back and forth. So I'll show you what I mean right here. As we go, get out of my way, guys, we're going to have these coming like this, as you can see. Because I'm going to put this other row over here, this one is going to go straight through. Come on, baby, go up there. And it'll go into this one. So then this one is just going to have red beads on it, as you can see, like that. Now the next one will go here as well, and it will come out like that. Now this one is going to have yellow ones on it again. 1, 2. Then it will go through this one, pull those yellow ones up to here, so that then they're like so, like a sort of checkerboardy. So then we have 2 more yellow. Drop down into that spot right there. So we're going to have a pattern like so going. Oops, you didn't go into your last red. You need to go into the last red. No, don't pull out of there. Get in there. So it's going to look like this. Now we're going to pull these 3 together. We're going to put it on this big green one. If all 3 lines will go through, they will, no problem. I don't like the fact that that just bumped that out like that. So since we don't want that to bump out like that, we're just going to put the green on, come on you, where you at? On the middle row. And we're going to let these other beads float around till we go back over here. I'm not sure I care for that either, to be truthful, though. And because I don't, we may just take all of these bigger ones out and just make this whole thing just like this, back and forth. And just make a simple little pattern of back and forth with our red and our yellow. And I think that will actually make quite a pretty little bracelet. It's going to be simple, it's going to be easy, there's not going to be much to it. Now I would like to have at least one bead in here, but I don't want to have them pulling away from, you know, kinking up and pulling away like they were. So let's see if this one will. See, I don't like the way that's doing this little pop and bringing these down like this, so that they go up. That's not what I want it to do. But at the same time, I really, really would like to have another bead here. But to, you know, just give it a little bit of a focal. But that, well, let's see if this will work. If we just put this right here in the middle without anything else there. So we would need, this would be the red one right here on this side. We put 2 yellow here on this side. And let's see if we can get that to pull right here where we want it to sit. Well, let's just go on and see how it looks as we go. So this one is the 2 yellow. These 2 are the red. I'm sort of thinking we may need to put something on either side of this bead where the line is just sitting here to keep them from just running around too much. So, because see how this is slipping up and I don't care for that. I do want this bead in the middle. So I'm thinking we may need to get something really tiny, like some little, maybe some little, some tiny spacers and maybe some tiny seed beads. We'll have to see what I can find. So we're going to try a couple of daisy spacers and little ball spacers, or maybe we won't even bother with the daisy spacers. Maybe we'll just go straight to the ball spacers. But I think we are going to put a couple of daisies, and then the balls. So what we're going to do is we're going to take, well, let's get you sitting right properly again here. Okay, we're going to take these. I'm going to put a daisy spacer on each of the outside rows, like so. And then I'm going to put like 3 or 4 of our ball spacers there. And this is just to wrap around our lampwork bead. Let's see if we need another one maybe. I think just the daisy now. Now we'll do that also with this other side over here. So we'll put the daisy on, the 3 balls, and the daisy. So then we'll push these down into place. And that might actually even be too big because we're going to go around this guy here and we'll see where we end up. So this side here is our red. So let's put our red on here. Our 2 yellows on this side. Then we'll put the red on this one and this one. Now pull them up, around, push them down into place. Come on, go over there, around your bead there. Same on this side. Yeah, we'll see how she's going to go. Now we'll put our 2 yellow on this side. And our red. Come here, get the right line out. There we go. We'll go on these 2. Push that up. The 2 yellow over here. Push down. And that's what she's going to look like. We're going to just keep going up the row, both sides, because obviously this is not where the middle would be. So we will do about a few more turns over here on this side, and then we will switch back over to the other side. Now, unfortunately, I might run out of yellow before I have the whole thing, but that's all right. We're going to then hook these onto a ring and make it 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is a little bit further than the other one here on this side. Come here, you. Now, if you didn't want to put a stone in the middle, you could just have gone, I mean, the lampwork bead in the middle, you could have just continued this pattern all the way up without worrying about putting anything else in here. So this is exactly the middle now. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on either side. And so that's what she's looking like so far. We're just going to keep going up and down the line until we get the length we want of both sides. So anyway, I have sort of pulled these apart here. What we're going to do then is we're just going to go back and forth until we run out of the yellow beads, because I'm sure we'll run out of those first. Then we'll see what the length is. If we are too long, we'll take some off. If it's too short, then we're going to put it on a ring and put extender chain on. So we're just, like I said, just going to go back and forth. I'm going to do 2 or 3 on this side, then I'll go do 2 or 3 on that side. So that puts 9 on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we'll close this side back up again. Come on, baby. And we'll go back over and work and get 3 more in this side. 1, 2, 3, yep, 6. So then we will see where we're sitting at. When I say where we're sitting at, I mean as opposed to beads and length. So, because like I say, I'm fairly positive we are going to run out of the little yellow beads, and that's fine. Now I'm going to divide my beads that are remaining here in 2 trays so that we can make sure that we have enough for both sides. Because I do have 9 on either side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Looks like we're going to have an extra red, so we'll just take that out and put it to the side. And we have 1, 2, and then 1, 2. And it looks like we're only going to have enough the little yellow ones to do 2, because we don't have any more left, even though we have 2 beads left, which would make for 1 more section for one side. It won't work for the other. So now with these, we only have 2 more to go on either side. We'll be done stringing the beads up. So let's see actually how long our bracelet is getting to be. Looks like it is about 5 inches. So we can put come on, baby, go, both of you go in there. Now then, this side is now finished. We just got to do the beads on the other side, and then we will be able to finish it up. So now all the beads are in place, and now we just have to start thinking about how we're going to end this. Are we going to need to add some extender to it? Are we going to just loop it around the bottom? What are we going to do? But we'll get to that. I'm thinking we're going to get a small ring for either side. Like these. And just jump ring them or crimp them onto the ring, and then we'll go from there. So that's what we're at right now. So here's where we're at in our bracelet. I've got a couple of rings, and I've also got some more spacers. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take, and on each one of these strands we're going to put one daisy spacer and one of the ball spacers. Then we're going to take these, and we're going to jump ring them. We're going to crimp them onto these little rings I have here. So what we're going to do is, like I said, we need to get these spacers onto here. Then we'll see how long it is, and we'll put a jump ring and a lobster claw onto okay, there's that side. So now that I've put these on, looks like I have an extra ball spacer, that's fine. We're going to take and get some crimps on here, and we're just going to crimp them to our ring here. Now if I had an ending piece that had 3 separate rings here, which I do not believe I have, but if I did, we could do it that way and just do a double ring piece. Which would work great, but like I said, I don't think I have any. So we're just going to go with this. Oops, I need one more crimp tube. These are 2x2 crimp tubes. Come on, go out. And we're going to just take these 2x2 crimp tubes, and we're going to slide them onto each one of these wires. I'm going to crimp these, put a bead stopper on this side over here as I'm working so that we don't lose our beads off of it. So we're just going to take our ring, put it through here, and then we will go back this direction. And what I want to do, come on you, come back here, is I want to get through the crimp tube and hopefully at least the little ball spacer there. So let's slide this baby up here. And I'm just going to crimp this side right now. I'm going to move the crimp up. And if we end up with not being able to go through the ball spacer. We'll just end it right here, except for the ring fell out and I didn't notice that. It's a good thing we didn't crimp, right? So we'll get our ring back on here, bing, and push our crimp tube up. So it's going to sit on there like so, and I'm not going to overly tighten it so it can move around a little bit. So now that we've got that on, I'm going to put the crimp tube right in the divot and give it a tiny squish, turn it, and just keep turning it until we don't have any more squish. So there we go. Now I'm going to push this ball spacer up onto here, and we'll see if any of these other ones will go on as well. I'm not sure they will. They don't seem to want to, so I'm going to take my flush cutters. We're going to slide up that wire right till we get to that piece and cut it off. So now we'll go start with our next one. So slide these guys down, and then we're going to grab our next one here, get it through our ring. Now you want to make sure you're going through the ring. This has got to stay the middle one, obviously. So we'll get through here. Up you go, baby. Now, if this is a little bit wonky up here right now, it won't matter because you got to move all your strings up to get where you need to be. So we want this a little higher. We want it about the same distance as this one. So we will now get this one out, put the crimp cup in the divot and squish, and okay, now we'll get this ball spacer here up and on here. Come on. So up we go. Now we're going to get up here and trim this. And now we got our third one to go on this side. So up and through here, back over here, bring our crimp tube up, think we need just a teeny bit tighter. There we go. And now we will crimp this one. Now that's crimped. We'll roll the ball spacer over it, and then we'll trim this wire. Okay, I've already put this one on this side. And I've got the crimp tubes on this side as well. So now we're going to just do the other two, but as we do them, we need to push the beads down so that they stay where we need them to be at. So now we're going to push these guys down here, close to these beads, and we're going to put our wire through our crimp tube and this one, come on you, and the one bead here. Now, because we're now at the end and we have to make sure that these are relatively tight, we are not going to be able to mess around here. We have to get it up here. We can't leave them really loose. So this goes down here. We need it to be just a teeny bit tighter, so we'll tighten it up. And now we have to get our crimp pliers into there and crimp. So there's that one. Now we'll cut this extra wire off here. And we'll do the last one here. Come on, go up in there. There we go. Now we have one last one to do. This one we need to pull a little tighter because we see how we have got this gap right here. We don't want that gap there. So we'll pull this off, put it through our ring, and then through our crimp tube and our ball spacer. Come here, you have to go this way. Come on, go through there. There we go. Now come out. Come out. Ah, you did come out without going through the ball. I want you to go through the ball, baby. This does not want to go through the ball. So what I need to do is I may need to cut the end off here. It might be a little bit rough, and if it is, it may not go through the ball. Come on, go through the ball. No reason for you not to, really. Go on. There we go. Well, I felt like it had gone. There we go. Let's pull her up now. Did she just come out? You naughty thing. Pull her tight. Now this one is going to have to be tightened quite a bit here because, as you can see, it is quite loose and we don't want that. So we're going to, what do we got going on here? It feels tighter than it's tightened up here. Okay. So we need to get this just a bit tighter here. Just a teeny touch. There we go. I think we have it. But we don't, because see how much we have falling out over on this side? We need it to go back on here. The ball has actually come off. The ball spacers actually came out of the wire on this side. So we're going to have to get it back in. If we can't, we'll have to cut it, which we can do. It's not that big of a deal. There we go. Come on, you. Go up there. Now we need to get this back to where we want it at. It's a little bit looser than I like, but it's pretty close. I think that'll do. So we're gonna crimp this one. We got to get in between the wires here and get in here and crimp. And then we'll turn it and crimp again. Okay, and now we need to trim this, and this is looser than I thought it was because I can see ends here. Oh well, we'll worry about it in a minute. See how it looks. Okay, so let me cut this wire here. Okay, there we go. She's all put together there. Now the next thing we need to do is to put some jump rings on to fasten it. And let's see how long this is ending up being so far. So we'll put it around, and it comes, and it almost meets at, so if we want it to be about 7, we'll bring it down here, and it's still really close. See how close that is? So we can do one of two things. Instead of putting another ring over here on the other side, a jump ring, we can just jump ring our lobster claw right here and let it hang onto this ring. So let's see how that will look. So I have got a bronze lobster claw. I have tested it. It's working fine. We've got some little bronze Tinky Tots. Now if these end up being too small because of this, the size of this ring, which, yeah, I think they're going to be, I can already see it. We'll go from, instead of the Tinky Tots, we'll go the next size up, which is the 6 rather than the 4. We only need one because we're going to hook straight to our lobster claw, straight to our opposite ring. We're going to open this jump ring up, go over our ring, and then through our lobster claw. Now, if you needed more more length, you could always take your the other ring on the other side and place a jump ring on it. So we can just put it like so. You see it does do a slight twist because of the no jump ring for this one to hook into. Let's see how long we ended up being, and if we need to be a little longer, we don't. See how perfect that is? It's about 7 to 7 1/4. So, but if we wanted a little bit of length, we could add another lobster claw here for this to grab onto, as opposed to it just grabbing onto this big ring. So there is our bracelet using beads from our Beltane SoftFlex kit. Ta-da! There you go, folks. There is our Beltane bracelet made from our SoftFlex kit, Beltane Festival. I think it turned out really cute. Like I said, we do have this issue right here with this little bit here. If you wanted and you needed a little extra length, you can put another jump ring right there for the lobster claw to hang on to rather than the ring. And that would give you a little more length, and it would stop that little bump up right here. But I don't think that's really too much of an issue. And I think it turned out really good. This is the red 2-hole beads, the tiny little yellow beads, and one of the lampwork beads to make this really fun little bracelet. It's 3 strands, though it really doesn't look like 3 strands because it's not a very wide bracelet. The beads are not really thick. So 3-strand bracelet using our Beltane Festival kit from SoftFlex. I hope you enjoyed making this with me. This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.